Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Apologies, it's been absolutely ages. Just been busy with life, work, all of that kind of rubbish that I'm sure a lot of you have the same problem. And not been out in the RS as much as I would have liked. Got a few bits done, I guess. Used it a little bit. Recently got the mount tune plenum fitted, which was a really nice addition and looks really smart in the engine bay. And pretty much, well, almost the final step towards MR375. I'll come back to that a bit later. But yeah, today I'm sat in my garage. Apologies for the slightly low light, poor quality video, I'd imagine. It is dark. I'm sat out here in the evening, have the interior light on and the garage light on, but obviously inside the car. Out here because I am going to show you guys how to fit a quick shifter on the RS. I think the same pretty much applies to the ST as well. So this applies to the Mark II and RS and the Mark II ST. I'll link to it in the description if you guys want to get one. But yeah, absolute bargain and seems pretty good quality. So I thought I'd give it a go. The throw in the RS it's not too bad, but I guess a little bit long. Could definitely be a bit shorter and snappier. So something I've been thinking about for a little while. And as it was such a bargain, figured I'd give it a go and then make a little video to talk through how to install it. It looks pretty straightforward, so let's give it a go and find out. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is assemble some of the parts that are in the bag. It does look like a bit of a jigsaw puzzle when you first get it, but it's actually really easy to put together. So yeah, just assemble them as you see here. This piece with the sort of fork on it, you want to end up with the sort of lip, the raised lip that it's got pointing towards the front of the car once you assemble it. Pop a bit of masking tape down on your carbon trim and make sure you use a plastic trim tool and gently lever the gear gaiter surround and lift it up, and it just pops out fairly easily. Once you've done that, you can just basically twist the gear knob and gaiter as one piece. It should come off relatively easily. Use the open end of your 9mm spanner in between the ball and socket, and you can gently lever it up to release it. Next, reach back and grab the collar, push it away and lift at the same time, and you should be able to move it out of the way. Some cars have a blue circlip that you might need to remove to free the collar. Open up the gap between the fork and the clamping plate to about 5mm and then pop it over the Bowden cable support bracket. Make sure that the lip that I showed you earlier is pointed towards the front of the car, and then tighten up both clamp bolts with your 4mm Allen key. Give them a quarter turn once they're hand tight, which should be about 7N. Don't over tighten them. Open the gap slightly on the ball joint block and slide it down the gear stick. Position the block about 3mm from the very lowest position, and then evenly tighten the bolts to around 7N. Use the open end of a 10mm spanner to make sure that the ball stud is tight. Refit the Bowden cable into the fork by pushing back the collar and sliding down. Add a small amount of grease to the ball stud to lubricate the joint. Push the ball socket firmly down on the ball stud until it snaps home. After checking everything's secure, you can remove the masking tape and start to refit the gaiter and gear knob. Refitting the gear knob is exactly the same as taking it off, but in reverse, and the surround should just clip into place at the end. So there you have it, pretty simple process. Let's get out on the road and see what it's like. So we've got the short shifter fitted now. How is it? First impressions, I mean, I haven't driven the car loads, but I really like it. It generally, you know, as you would expect, it's shortened the throw a fair bit, but also it's given it this kind of like slightly heavier, notchier, kind of more positive feel. Kind of reminds me weirdly of like an old MX-5 I drove years ago that I just came out from driving that thinking that the shifter felt really, really nice and just almost like rifle bolt like. Yeah, it's just got a nice click to it now as you engage it. Maybe not click, maybe that's the wrong word. To be fair, I never really had any massive complaints with the throw as it was and with the shift as it was. I never thought it was like the nicest gear shift ever, but also far from the worst shifter I'd ever used. I had driven a Mark II Focus with a short shifter some time ago, and I remember that feeling pretty good. So yeah, I think for what I paid for it, I mean, this was ridiculously cheap. It was like, I think it was out for like £15 on eBay, and there was a coupon to get it even cheaper. Absolute bargain. What a great deal in this day and age as a little cheeky upgrade. I will leave a link to this short shifter that I used in the description if you want to grab one for yourself and follow my guide. It's really simple to do. I literally did it in my garage in an evening in about 20-25 minutes, I think it was. I'm not sure you can really beat that in terms of a value proposition as a cheap upgrade in this day and age. I mean, what else can you do to your car for 15 quid or less that's going to actually, especially a car like this, that's going to transform the drivability of it and improve it in that way. Shout out to Louis in the WhatsApp group I'm in for these cars for finding that deal. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Obviously I'm not really giving it any stick here, but it's just got a really nice kind of positivity, kind of weight to it, and it's sort of added an extra bit of precision maybe. Could be a little bit of placebo effect, I don't know, but yeah, really liking it. I did actually take it out for a slightly more spirited drive the other day on the way to a car meet, but couldn't film it because I had my kids in the car. But yeah, would really recommend doing it. You can always take it out again if you don't like it. It's cheap. You don't have to kind of modify anything that you can't put back to standard. And the one I actually used, although it was a nice bit of Chinesium, it was looking at it, it looks pretty much identical to the AirTech one. And so make of that what you will. But yeah, there's not really much that you can go wrong with. It's a pretty simple thing. Yeah, if you've got any questions about fitting or anything, just let me know in the comments. I think anyone could do this, even if you don't have any technical experience whatsoever. It's really not difficult. So there you go, guys. Hopefully, as you can see, that was pretty simple. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.